How's it going? So I've completed the build, I think, and I'm ready to kind of showcase some of the abilities. And I ended up going primarily in Bene Gesserit, and I've had a few times to test this out in PvP. So I went with a high poise stack. So I'll explain sort of my setup in a second. The primary, Bindu sprint I use all the time. I'm sprinting between locations, even to escape. You can launch yourself out. After you finish a fight, you're in the deep desert and they come back quick. So you got to bounce out and go reset. I'm going short blade. So it's blade damage and it's short blade. So you'll also get the synergy over here. I'm still getting that one worked out. Um, all of these are good for Bene Gesserit. Bindu dodge, amazing. Um, After a successful parry, dart and blade attacks pass through you. Here, after a successful parry, minus 20% is 20% multiplicative damage increase on the target. This makes all your CC AoE, so if you can slot stop, that's really good for PvE and PvP. But I use compel, and that'll be AoE with screech. So your voice becomes more powerful, causing those around you to register. Stagger under the force of your command, so it staggers around your voice. It's really nice. This is the reduced cooldowns for your voice, must have. And the logic that I have is I'm going to take it to 3 if it's a primary ability that I use or it's a primary effect that's buffing me. So I'm using this short blade the most, so this needs a 3 out of 3. That has to max my damage from that capacity. I need max poise, the highest I can stack. That's what I'm trying to do with my build. It's really effective in PvP. I can break out early and get that heavy attack in, or you'll notice it. You won't get staggered as easily, and then you can break out of the parries. So I need this max poise, and then this reduce poise damage and thrive on danger, so that when I get low health, it goes boom, 50% reduced poise damage, a big burst, and I'm synergizing that with the other high poise abilities here. You want to take the 1-pointers for all the passives that give you at least something that's decent. So this makes you resistant to poison. Why not take that? More resistant to the sun, sure. Healing regen limit, this is really good, so it pushes it past the normal amount that you heal. I actually might take this to max once I get more points. Max health, I actually might take this up as well. That's going to be really helpful. So these are something I'm going to get higher up later on. This, I don't know if this procs off of this procking, so that's why I got that. I thought maybe this is a Swordmaster ability, but actually, what does it say? Ability. So yeah, it may not work off of Thrive in Danger, but if I ever end up using Foil or Crippling Strike, which in different situations you might use, or even this, you'll want that. Why not? All of these are worth 1 point. I mean, sorry, not that. This, yeah, those are worth 1 point. I'm going to get this to max because that synergizes with blade damage. Okay, Planetologist. I've cleaned this up a little bit, but really what you want is maximum yield coming out of the compactor. Cutter array, maximum yield. I'm also going to get this vehicle mining to max. That's going to be capped out. Fuel, that's convenience. It's 20%. Why wouldn't you get 1 point into that? Same with all these other ones. They're either on the way up or it's worth 1 point. I want to make cartography maps. They might improve that. It's really cool feature. I haven't really fleshed it out and tested it yet, but I've been scanning things. Climbing strain, yeah, 20%. This might go up. I might make this higher as well. Okay, now, from the other 2 trees, this is just in case I go against a Bene Gesserit 1v1. I don't know why I'm worried about that, but that's what that's there for. I can slot that in and I'll resist their abilities. The other reason I went into Bene Gesserit is because, the Mentat is because of this. Garment Keeper and Tailoring. Those are at least worth 1 point for sure. Same thing with Trooper. Field Maintenance Gunsmith, least worth 1 point, absolutely. And so that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward, and these are the abilities that I have slotted. So what I'm going to do is, oh my god, I've been standing in the sun. Drink that water. I got to hydrate. Always hydrate. All right, so usually I'm just using the dagger. Did somebody come in here and clear the guys? There's Litany against Fear. So now I've got a buff. Usually I'm in PvP, I'll be around the corner and I'll pop that. Now look at how long I can sprint for. I can sprint across the whole desert, pretty much. That's why that sprint is like one of the best abilities. Did somebody come in here while I was in my menu and start killing guys? No, there's a guy. Okay. So I got a really cool sniper. That's just gonna take those guys out. But these guys, they're gonna parry them right when they come in. And it's gonna be a one-shot. Not really a test of the abilities. But he's just gonna stand there. And then that gears it up. Boom. Now when you activate the spice mode, let's see if I can build it up in time. That cooldown is going to be really low. So you're going to be able to spam CC. It's how I beat the final mission of this game, which there's like 100 melee guys that rush you. This actually looks like the facility. Alright, so I can take all that. It was just going through my shield. I'm just kind of throwing myself in here. These guys actually feel like I'm dominating them. Hello. So the sword does so, like the dagger. Look at this dagger. It's 100 damage, 139 attack speed, and I've got all those modifiers to it. Ooh, level 159 too. So we're in the endgame area. I'm getting the particle capacitors, advanced cervix. I might go into the deep desert to showcase how it, because the mobs in the deep desert place are a little bit stronger. Those guys are kind of gnarly. I might as well just complete this while I'm here. Now, some variations to this. There's a lot of variation because really I like builds where I don't have to swap things around. I can just keep it the same no matter where I take it. So that's kind of how I set this up. However, there is a lot of, I mean, if you look at all these abilities you have at your disposal just from the way that I set it up. Foil is really good. If you're coming against melee, reaction to that is foil is amazing. If you got a heavy range, deflection is good. What weirding step? My brother really likes weirding step. Stop is amazing. I would slot that instead of litany of fear if I have to have major CC. Crippling strike is really good as well. So again, and as far as the techniques go, really I would just be slotting Iron Will if I was going against the Bene Gesserit. That's pretty much it. That's the only variation that I would have. So I think I completed that quest. Now I gotta enter a different Imperial station. But let's see, didn't I get access to this? There should be one more room. There it is. Oh, this one didn't have the cosmic chest. I thought it was going to be in that one. Okay, so I want more combat so I can at least showcase this a little bit. These guys were too easy, and this is in the aluminum basalt area, right in the top left of the map. So definitely have mobs here to kill that are hard. Oh. Hello. Hello. Oh, the body's in the way! Yeah, let me just pop Litany, because I can take these hits. Oh, never mind. Oh, I got it off. See, you can just duke it out with people when you have high poise. You don't even need to worry about anything. Trust me. Trust me. Board certified. Poise doctor, here we go. Up we go. Can I get my ship? This is the Atreides skin. So I'm rank 5 with House Atreides. And the skins, I'm just starting to Can I get in my ship or no? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Alright, where am I on the map? I'm right by the deep desert. I could potentially go in there and show... Maybe I could get some PvP. Ooh, that would be fun. Let's see. Yeah, I could go PvP. How much money do I... I'll just put the gold on my ship. Alright, let's see if I can even find PvP. Should be fun. It's unpredictable. Deep desert is very unpredictable. You could have a bunch of people there. But it's fun. I don't know. It's really big. If you haven't been to deep desert, I recommend going. It's huge. It's vast as hell. It's like, if you think about it, it's even hard for people to find out where you are. You can be in some little nook off to the corner, just waiting with a dagger. So for the build, I'm going to provide the links in the description. There'll be a standalone. Okay, so let's see. Do people usually fly in the right, left? We're going to go right here. I have a feeling, right? People are going to go left. We want to look for some people that we can fight. There should be a ship that's crashed close by, I think. This doesn't work. My bigger ship does. What's up, dude? Alright, there's a station. So if you didn't know, in Deep Desert, this whole front area is not PvP. It's safe. There are stations here you can loot, too. There's one, advanced testing station. They're the hardest stations in the game. Oh, this guy's right here. Alright, let's see. Ah, there's one right there. There's a ship. Let's see if he comes over here. Maybe he'll fight me. Ah, he's just waiting over there to get height. He's probably going in the deep desert. So at the very least, there'll be mobs over here on this crash ship. But this ship is PvP right here. Now I want to make sure my ship is out where it's not PvP. Alright, let's go see what's up. Shit. There's no mobs here. Someone must have just come here. Oh, ooh. Oh, hell yeah, I needed those. Whoa, 1,600 gold? Heavy chest plate. Whoa, that is a haul. Holy cow. But I came here to PvP. Is there anybody here? Now I'm gonna have my special ability up. Maybe I can just hang around. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go to the station, maybe. Well, so for research, I'm over down into Plastanium products, getting all those, the last few vehicles and stuff. I've built my assault ornithopter. I've got the scout, and I'm trying to get all of the duraluminum vehicles built. So this game is amazing. I highly recommend it. I've been having a lot of fun. I've just nonstop playing. My brother's been playing it too. The only thing I wish is there was more people I knew that were playing it. It's cool. I feel like I was able to create my own build. That's fun. There's so many like the trooper looks amazing. The trooper has so much fun abilities. This thing has the hunter seeker, that little flying needle thing, you know. The swordmaster, if you go and just use the sword, I was filling it out for the passives, but the swordmaster, I mean, all of these builds, all unique, really cool. Probably one of the best survival games that I've ever played, other than Valheim. So if you don't know, I'm a big Valheim fan. So anyways, I am going to try to get more PvP. I heard somebody. I'm going to try to get more PvP footage. That way I can have something to showcase for the PvE. It's very clear. I mean, I've beaten, if you want to see, I've beaten all of the epilogues, all the main quests, all the Assassin's Handbook, all the way to the end, all the faction quests, and this was done with this build. I'm currently level 159, so I'm going to go through what my gear is right now. This is my favorite knife. I've got a bunch of backup copies. This knife is really good. It gives you stamina back on hit, so not parry. This was the quest reward for completing the Bene Gesserit quest line. And, you know, it charges up the shot, and then it fires a heavy dart. It disrupts shields, and look at the damage, 341 per shot. It's a lot. This was a quest line. It was one of the quest rewards for a chain, I forget. But it poisons. It's really good. Just something to, you know, tap them from really far away because you don't have any way to close the gap. The rest I just keep on convenience. I'm always using the cutter ray. I need to heal. If I need to pop the vehicle back into the backup tool, I need to drink water. And this is a flex spot, just scanning things. So the armor, I mean, honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, whatever you slot, I was going to do the mercenary scout, because how many times that you're engaging do you have the melee guys up on you? Need that blade mitigation. Also in PvP, people are meleeing just left and right. You need this blade mitigation, so I went scout. The syndicate is the duraluminum recipe you get in these stations, scout armor, and this was the aluminum scout armor. So I still need to get the duraluminum version in these two slots, and the same with this one. This is just the MK5 battery. This is full suspensor belt. This is the one I recommend. It's the most fun. You can just fly. Holtzman shield. So, and I always keep the rad suit on me. Okay. So I think that about does it. And I will have an updated PvP video from Deep Desert as I've been taking, because now all that's left for me to do in the game is the titanium and stravidium fiber farm and all of the endgame recipes. So I'm just, right now, my gameplay loop is do a quick mining run down by where my base is. And, you know, I'll kind of show that setup too. It's really simple. You know, I'm going to be building up into the mountain where my base is. But for right now, it's just kind of has what I need. Now, if you didn't know, Deep Desert, you can come into it in multiple different zone-in locations. It puts you in a different spot. So you can farm those stations right here and back there. The Imperial testing stations. I would want to show the combat in there, but and you know what? Let's do that. Instead, I'll show, I think I showed my base in one of the other videos. I don't necessarily need to get to that right now. Maybe in the PvP video I'll show that, how it's built up. Because I'm planning on building all up the wall, the mountain, with the Atreides skin base. It's going to look sick. Oh, there's a testing station across the way. I think I'm going to zone into PvP right here. Oh, there's another crashed ship. Maybe there's PvP, and there's a house right there. Let's see if there's any PvP here. What is that? They built up a thing. Hey. Hey, is there any PvP here? Any PvP? What is that? Crashed cargo? See, sometimes when you take damage, it'll knock you out of that. Oh, I can't open those containers. Huh. I wish I could send off like a firework into the sky or a flare. Nothing. Isn't the band outside? Yeah, it's right there. Look at this. The band is outside. Okay, got the identification band. Ah, there it is. Oh. What? What was the cooldown on that? When did I get that? Last night? Alright, well, no PvP here either. Oh, I missed that thing. Where is it? It's over there. Oh, yeah, it's right there. I see it. Now, there's usually a lot of people that come to these things. But I'm hoping it's clear. This looks clear. Alright. Now let's get some combat here. Come on. Oh, almost got it. Please tell me there's going to be combat. I'm just going to throw myself into the combat. Let's go. It looks clear. Yeah, so sometimes, all the time, people are clearing these. It's just the place to go in the deep desert, and it's not PvP. think this... I can still get the chest, though. That's good money. Well, there won't be any PvP this time, and apparently there's no combat. Try to find things to fight so I can showcase the combat. I'm gonna have to go sit and camp a PvP area a little bit, and then potentially... I don't know if it's my server, you know, there might not be a lot of people as far as I am. Or they're just, you know, there's not a lot of active PvPers right now that are wanting to go out. I don't blame them, you know, there's a lot to lose, and so you definitely want to play smart instead of reckless. Alright, so the next video is going to be primarily only Deep Desert PvP, showcasing this build. And yeah, we'll just go from there. All right, thanks for joining.